Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Twoshot here from the Last Stand podcast, the podcast to die for. This week I'm here with Forster again,
Yeah, it's me, Foster the Canadian.
and today we're doing Far Cry 3 and an update on the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
You want to start it off with Far Cry 3?
Yep. All right, so we're gonna take a look at Far Cry 3, but before we do, I want to touch on a bit about my personal history with the franchise. Now, I
Yeah.
didn't play Far Cry, the first Far Cry, but a lot of people I knew played it and loved the game. I was watching trailers for Far Cry 2, watching E3 and all that, getting really excited for Far Cry 2. And then the game comes out, and I get bit by a mosquito. I get malaria right off the bat. Got to keep, fixing myself up, going, running around from place to place to get medicine, which, by the way, wasn't a fun thing to do. Like, at the worst possible time, you'd have to run out of your way to get the medicine. Driving to all the places could take forever. I'm not joking. It takes like 10, 15 minutes to get from one place to another in game. That's not acceptable. I don't care what kind of game you are. That is not acceptable. It's a lot of monotony, and
There you go.
the AI was the worst of everything in the game. The AI is possibly one of the worst that I've seen in any game. Now, with that, I want to go to Far Cry 3, and from what I've seen, that seems to be the biggest improvement. The AI seems better than I've seen in almost any video game with Far
Yeah.
Cry 3.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely like the improvements they did in this one.
yeah, as much as I was disappointed with Far Cry 2, and I don't want to be excited for Far Cry 3, I am. And that really is big. For me to get excited for a game that is a sequel to a game that I was so disappointed in, that says a lot about, I guess, about what the marketing team has done for Far Cry 3, showing the best of the best.
Yeah.
And it's looking like a great game, fantastic visuals, possibly the best I've seen. I've said that already about the AI and the visuals. So
Yeah.
yeah, that alone you can build a game upon. Good
Yeah.
AI, good visuals. If you just have decent gameplay, I think it's going to be an above average game.
Yeah. I'm thinking Ubisoft really did a good job.
Yep.
They did a lot in this one.
Canadian.
Yeah.
It's Ubisoft Montreal. I just think I should point that out right now.
Let everybody know. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's coming out across all the platforms, it looks like. Maybe not the Wii,
not the Wii.
but
Yeah,
Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. I think I might get this for PC,
yeah.
just for the
I think
graphics.
yeah, the PC definitely seems to fit this the best. The visuals, from what we've seen in trailers, I can't picture that coming onto the Xbox or PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I think you're gonna
It
lose
looks so
something.
good. I mean, you're not going to run something like that on 2004 graphics card.
Yeah, it's gonna be disappointing. I think.
Yeah, but they seem to have added an RPG sort of element to the game. I noticed every kill that they were getting in the trailers and demos I was watching, a big, plus 15, plus 10 would come up.
Yeah,
So they might have added a few RPG elements, which I always think is good in these free roaming first person shooter games. Fallout, I think, did that better than any game.
yeah,
And they seem to be following in the footsteps of Fallout and Borderlands. So yeah, it's looking really, really good.
yeah. I like how it looks like it's a whole open world, like it's totally open environment.
Yep.
Definitely a lot of weapons to use. I love the animation of the swimming.
Oh yeah, and the water.
Yeah,
Holy crap, does that water look good?
yeah. It's a great setup. You'll see we'll play the demo during this, and we'll probably see if we can get some kind of gameplay footage from it. There is some out
Yes.
there, and it's amazing.
It
There's
really
you know
is a good-looking game. The story is probably something that we've seen before in other games, but these kind of games are more about the experience in the game and the gameplay rather than more story-oriented.
yeah, yeah. Like
So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
yeah, this one looks like it's gonna be a lot better than running around worrying about getting malaria from a mosquito and everything.
Yeah.
There is one weird thing. Where is that one thing I found with the mushrooms? What
Yeah,
what was
I'm not
that?
sure if
I'm
I'm not
trying
sure
to.
if this is a metaphor or whatever, but
I
there's a
lost it.
quote where you go around looking for mushrooms that will take you on a trip that will allow you to taste all the purples.
Yes.
We thought we'd point that out. I found that
Yeah,
pretty funny.
yeah. Not sure how that works, but there is
Yeah.
definitely something there.
Oh, yeah. Taste and purple. That will be the new tag with Far Cry 3. I almost called Fallout 3 there. Uh Far Cry 3,
Yeah,
taste the purples.
taste the purples. I almost
It's
beat the game, but
brilliant.
I had to taste the purples.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Far Cry 3. I never thought I'd say that after Far Cry 2, which I didn't even beat. Did not have it in me. I had the
You
game.
know.
I only rented it. I wanted to taste it before I bought it. I played 3 days of the game before, and these aren't like an hour a day. I was playing like 5 6 hours a day, and after that, I just let it sit there for 4 days before I returned it.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Far Cry
that
3.
I heard the ending of Far Cry 2 was amazing.
You know what? I don't care if it's the greatest ending of all time. I don't care if it's like the ending of Braveheart. I am not going to play that game to see the ending. It threw you through so many loops that you had to, or hoops that you had to go through to get from one place to another. It horribly glitchy, and every time you died, you had to wait 30 seconds for the animation to end before you could
Oh,
actually come up and start playing again. And you know what? That's what killed me the most. When you're on a roll and you're getting, you're actually progressing, and then you die and you have to wait for like 30 seconds to actually respawn. That's when I put the controller down, go make myself something to eat, watch TV, whatever. You got to go right back into the game real quick. That is what good games do. They put you back in the action as quickly as possible. Far Cry 2 did not do that. Hopefully, Far Cry 3 will.
yeah. Yeah, like overall, it looks like it's gonna be a great game. Like I hate getting excited for games, especially off like trailers and demos and stuff, because sometimes it's just not the true feeling of the game.
Yeah.
And they know how to play it great. Like you don't even know if the graphics are going to be as good as it is in these demos. But
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking I'm going towards the PC.
Well, what was it?
You know,
Killzone a few years ago? They were saying that they were showing gameplay footage. It ended up being just CGI. And the
yeah,
actual game looked half as good as the so-called gameplay trailer.
yeah, that's yeah. I don't think too many companies are going to make that mistake again.
Yeah, that was a huge, huge mistake on their part. But yeah, Far Cry 3, if it looks nearly as good as it does in those trailers. I've got a pretty decent graphics card. I'm getting it for the PC. I can't wait to see what it looks like when I boot it up.
Yeah, yeah, mine's pretty good, so I think I should have no problem with it.
Yep. All
So
right.
I'm hoping that's going to work out good. But oh, it is coming out September 6th. It looks like the release date it'll be.
Yep.
So it's going to come out before all the big games, right?
Yep. So it's getting a bit of an advantage there.
So hopefully
Yep.
everybody will buy it.
Yeah. Hold you over a tiny bit until bigger games start coming out.
Yeah,
I don't think this is going to be a game of the year. I'll say that right now. There are too many games that are going to be competing with it for me to actually think that it's going to get that high up. It might be a contender in a few categories, but overall game of the year, no.
yeah,
All right, do you want to move on now to the PlayStation Vita?
yeah, yeah. Also, we got some news on the PlayStation Vita that Foster has dug up.
Yep. Now, the PlayStation Vita was projected to hit, I think, just under a million sales. It hit 1.2 million, and what this basically means for the system, it may seem, insignificant to, just looking at the stats here, but what it means is it's going to have a longer lifespan because
So,
it started out of the gate much stronger, and that's going to get people excited. It's going to be easier for developers to make more games with this strong start.
yeah, I did hear some things about it. I did catch a review on it, and people are going crazy about those little circle thumbnails
Yeah, the
that you,
thumbsticks. Yeah.
yeah, the thumbsticks that you hit them, and then you have to start the game. It doesn't automatically start the game. That's what's driving some people crazy. It's like
Oh, yeah,
having little
yeah,
apps
yeah. I
on a
see what you
page.
mean. Those the little apps that you got to hit. Yeah, that is I don't know, that doesn't bug me too much. If the system works, if the games come out, this is why it's so important. PSP didn't have a great start. It had a decent start, didn't have a great one like the PS Vita. Developers did not get interested enough. They didn't think there was enough of a market out there. They didn't make the big games for the PSP. That's why it failed. I'm hoping that this will change things. People will say, well, you know what? This is a pretty big market. We can make a lot more games. We can make a lot more sales from it. It will be a lot more profitable. And it's going to do better. Hopefully, it's going to get some big blockbuster titles on it. We already know about, Uncharted and Call of Duty Killzone.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to what I'm going to see on the PS Vita. I don't have one yet, but I am definitely going to invest in one. A great little handheld console.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's actually going to work. I was doubting it a little bit, like we were saying with the phones and everything like that. But with the biggest screen
Yeah.
and the titles they can bring,
Yep.
if it's supported well, it could work out.
Yeah, I went out and I did play around with it a bit, and I have to say it feels really good. Like the thumbsticks, if you had a PSP, that the thumbstick, it was good to have it on a device like that, but it wasn't the most responsive or comfortable to
horrible.
use. Yeah. But this one, it feels like, PlayStation 3 thumbsticks, just, smaller. It's really good. Everything, the touch screen works as well as it can. That technology has already advanced to the point where it's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio where you touch is what actually occurs on the screen. It's really cool. I had a lot of fun. I only played with it for 10, 15 minutes, and it was I don't even remember the name of the game, but I just had so much fun with it because I'm playing a PlayStation 3 caliber game in the palm of my hand.
No, which is definitely good. That's probably what their whole point about the game.
Yeah.
To bring like a console thing into a handheld.
Yep. And I'm not sure how many games will support it, but the cloud system they have where you can play a game on the PlayStation 3, activate the PlayStation Vita, and then start playing it on there. That is absolutely fantastic. I love that idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the limitations are, but the fact that you can, walk around, maybe go make yourself a meal while still playing Killzone in the palm of your hands, in the kitchen, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be a big boost for them.
Yeah, you're playing games, you're in the middle of a heated match, you got to go take a dump. Just take your Vita out, carry it with you, and, be on the microphone. Hey, guys, guess what? Guess where I am right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's going to happen, isn't it, Twoshot?
Eventually.
Playing with someone. Hey, hold on, guys. Just a second. Flush.
I just got to flush quick.
Yeah, that will be uncomfortable, but a great handheld device. I don't even want to call it a handheld device. I think I should call it a console that's also portable. It doesn't.
Yeah.
When you say handheld, you think of like Game Boys and iPhones and whatever. This is far superior as far as gameplay and the games that are coming out are going to be. I mean, you can't play a first-person shooter on anything else. It is really solid on this device.
Yeah, it's got it so it's almost like you're playing with the PlayStation controller. That's what's helping it out a lot.
Yeah, the buttons are a little tiny, and that bugs me having big thumbs. But you can get over that. Now, there is a point where I think I mashed all 4 buttons with one thumb.
Yeah.
But you just got to be a little more precise. If you have tiny hands, then this is actually this might not be good for you either because it's kind of wide. What I'm trying to say here is it's a good device. I like the size. Buttons could be bigger. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I've wanted to see for a while, and it's good to see Sony actually do something. Not just they were still selling PlayStation 2s a couple years ago, going, no, it's still working. Look, Madden NFL 2009 on your PlayStation 2. Woo!
Yeah, they love the milk stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the PSP, it really should have died sooner. This should have come out a year ago. But the fact is it's out now, and it's really a great machine. Another year of work, it really shows in the machine and its capabilities. And I love it. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. I hope everybody supports it. Hopefully the price will drop a little bit so more people can afford it.
And I will eventually find a way to do Let's Plays on it.
That would be pretty cool.
Hey there, friends. Foster the Canadian here. I'm on the can, and I'm playing Uncharted on
And
the
these are
PlayStation
my
Vita.
thumbs.
Well, it's got front and rear view cameras. That would not be good. But
Nah.
gonna put it side by side here.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much the podcast. We're shutting it off this week. Um, we're gonna do a separate show, I would say, more, but then a podcast on Minecraft stuff.
Big Minecraft stuff this week. Big
Yeah,
things.
it's gonna be pretty exciting. So hopefully that works out for all you guys. Tell us how you feel. Like, do you
Yep.
like it all together, or would you rather it be short like this?
Yeah. Do you like the short little tidbits of knowledge and then Minecraft separate, or do you like it better all together? Let us know.
Yeah, and that's the show for this week, guys. Until next
Yep.
time.
See ya.
Later.